Help them figure what they want out of life. But you know everything it come with a price. Wanna maximize your money and time. Might have to take the uncommon advice.
Jump into the last, and as an agency, the most important thing in business is marketing.
The uncommon advice.
Exactly. So we've all heard this before. If you're in any of these, sales versus marketing. Nate, what do you think? Marketing or sales?
Marketing.
Yeah.
So we are called Marketing Rebels. Our
Correct,
company is
so
Marketing Rebels.
So
So
you gotta sit that side.
yeah, I mean, I think, back in the day, I used to actually think marketing was more important, right? Because marketing, it's the chicken or egg. It's not the chicken or egg what came first. It's like, what's more important, marketing, right? That was my mindset. And reason being is because if you don't have a brand, you don't have an offer, you don't have a way of attracting customers, you have nobody to sell.
Correct.
And at the same time, that's my thought on it, but at the same time, they have to work hand in hand. It's more of it's not a competitor to each other inside a company. They're collaborators, because the more in tune your marketing and your sales team are together, the better they will both perform together, right? It's like a well-oiled machine. If you have to have the right pieces, the right gas, you've got to have all that stuff that's going on inside of an engine to make it go properly, right? If you have a Lamborghini but no tires, where are you going?
Nowhere.
Right? So
in the last company I was in, I was a marketing sales manager, and when sales wasn't going, it was always marketing's fault. Oh, but our marketing's not doing this. But our marketing, it's like, all right, we got to take a step back. What did the marketing bring in, right? What leads did we generate? What came from that? All right, so if you get several generated leads and they're not closing, that's not marketing's fault. Now that's sales, right? So when sales is not closing the leads, because if it's generating, it's doing its job of generating leads, revenue, whatever it's doing. But if it's not being closed on this end, it's not marketing's fault. We need to work on the sales part. So I remember that always being a back and forth. And when sales was not working, it was marketing's fault. When marketing's not working, it was just back and forth.
well, a bad salesperson a salesperson who doesn't close will blame the leads.
100%.
A salesperson who closes the same leads will take credit for being a great salesperson.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah,
So when we do a lot of lead generation, and my agency back in the day, we did a lot of lead generation for companies, and they had sales teams and everything else. And usually we'd get that. Oh, well, it's the leads the marketing's sending us. I'm like, all right, well, let's go look at your call logs. Right? Let's go look at your sales team. Let's listen to those calls.
Yeah.
And then you get them to go listen to those sales calls and look at those call logs. You're like, oh, there's the problem. There it is. So
The guy's not saying the right things, or it's going like that. But marketing and sales, always the messaging has to be, I feel like, together. I feel like when meetings happen in these big companies or in any company, marketing and sales should always be in the same meeting. I don't think there should be a marketing meeting. I don't think there should be a sales meeting. I think they should all be together, because at the end of the day, they interlude, right? It's like, hey, marketing, what are we running this week? How many ads, how many leads are we looking to generate sales? Where are we at with closing? Or what's our closing rate? Are these leads good quality? Are they not bad quality, right? Because also at the end of the day, marketing is going to generate leads, and not every lead is going to be good. Mm-hmm. Every lead is not going to be great. Some leads you might have to work a little harder to get. Some leads might be one phone call is a closed deal. Some leads just might suck, right? It just depends, but we don't know that unless those two are working together. If it's just a pointing finger blame, oh, your lead sucked, this and this, it's like, no, let's look at the data. What sucks about the lead? Where did the lead come from? Mm-hmm. Did it come from this ad? Did it come from this ad? Was it an ad we were running an A/B test on? And hey, this A ad didn't perform. Generated way more leads, but B ad generated less leads, but they're high converting. So which is your better ad? So I think they have to collaborate more, like you said, which I feel now it's happening, but I know there's a lot of companies that it's not happening.
They're old school, right? So great marketing will turn your sales team into order takers.
There you go. Do we have a mic we can just drop? But yeah, so that's from my experience running both sides of the thing with sales and marketing, and it was a struggle. It was ups and downs all the time, cutting off marketing budget because sales weren't here, or blaming sales for leads not being closed when the leads weren't good. So it's like it's always an up and down with marketing and sales, which I don't think it should be. I think everybody needs to do the same.
Work together, collaborate, not compete, right?
That's how we do it. So if you have a marketing and sales team, stop splitting them apart. Stop telling them, you do this, you do this. Get them together. Find out, how do we have a right? At the end of the day, all you guys have a common goal. The company has a common goal, and that's grow or hit your revenue target, whatever it is. So if each team is having different goals or has different standards, I don't think there'll ever be growth.
Yeah, it's tough too, right? Because you're fighting each other.
Correct.
So
marketing or sales now. You're still going marketing?
I'm still going marketing because without, great marketing can make great marketing can make an average sales guy look good.
That's true.
Average marketing can't make a great sales guy look good.
Mm-hmm. And when you're selling, you're also marketing, because when you're selling, usually you have to call. You're talking about your brand. You're giving your brand's message. You're sending brochures probably through email. You're sending a PDF. You are giving a product. You're showing a product. You're marketing. So when you're selling, and when you're marketing, you're also selling.
And I think the reason for them work together too is because marketing, the more dialed in they are together, the more the consistent the message is. So there's marketing congruency. I feel like a lot of companies lack within their campaigns. So what they see from your ad to your landing page should be there should be congruency. They should see languaging on the ad, they also see on the landing page, and then they should also hear on the phone with the sales team, right? So that congruency should be within your marketing. And if your sales team doesn't understand the marketing you're running, you're going to have a breakage or a slippage inside the two, because some of the things the sales team might be saying might be completely different than the promises that were made on the landing pages. So it's even more important, for them to know what sales needs to know what marketing's doing, so there can be congruence in their conversation from the campaigns that you ran.
So for example, so if someone were to come in and say, if the ad is saying get one free bag of coffee when you subscribe, but when the salesperson picks up the phone and tries to sell the bag of coffee and says, yeah, you get one free bag of coffee with a subscription of $14.99, what we have, right? So if someone were to call and say your bag's going to be $14.99, and this ad is saying you get a free bag.
It's incongruent.
It's incongruent, but if the message is the same, what you're saying is, if it's saying free with this, not $14.99.
Buy 3 bags, get 1 free.
Exactly. So,
and then the sales can do that. But I think it's it's like trying to, on an ad, you're marketing with cats, and then they call in and you're talking to someone selling you a puppy. As ludicrous as that sounds, that is in a prime. I mean, that stuff happens in marketing campaigns. So your companies are losing sales because of it.
Yeah. Well, I think we're running here towards the end. So
what, you don't want to keep going?
I mean, if we want to keep talking, we can talk about the Miami Heat.
We got no more Miami Heat.
But guys, remember, subscribe in the YouTube channel. Follow us on Nate's Instagram, my Instagram. We'll keep putting out content for you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
You have to take the uncommon advice.